Alright, welcome back to the Supercoach Knife channel. In this video we're going to do the round 23 team list Tuesday reveal. It's currently 5 to 4 local time. As you can see, team lists aren't up on the website yet. So we'll just quickly touch on Sportsdeck Dream Team. So about an average week for us. 905 seems like a decent score, but only top 37% for the round, and we've slipped 36 spots, so we're back outside the top 300, which is not ideal. But if we have a look at the team, we'll see what we can fix. So Appy Coruscant with 15 was not ideal this week. Probably hindered. I think he would have had to play a lot of the halves, given Finu went off injured, so not as much defence in the middle, and his usual craft out of the dummy half. But Damien Cook with 72 was nice. For Noah Blake with 43 was a bit underwhelming, and Payne Haas obviously with his injury, only a 20. Terrell May with 69, though, is a great return for him. And Finu, unfortunately, we missed out on his 78. So good to have him in the squad, but would have been nice to have those points on field. Second row, so Isaiah Yeo with the 76, and then Crichton 35, Nikora 31, Curran on the bench with 46, and Porter was another one we missed out on that scored well with 64 points. Nathan Cleary was our captain, so 86 points is a fantastic result for our captain. Dylan Brown was 61, and Lockie Galvin we've held in this format, 64, so nice return there from him. In the centres, we went for Doe and Kiraz, but Talangi outscored them, so that's unfortunate. And our backline, Tedesco with the 32, Gray 63, and Fletcher Sharp come good for us, come in and 38 from him, so pretty handy number this week, and maybe back on again this week. So if we have a look at the game day, so this was the last week of the head-to-head season before finals, so good to see cut out past the daily getting a win from 8th spot. Didn't affect us, we're still 5th overall, but yeah, Scott Drinkwater is captain, so 95 points there from Scotty is fantastic. He had Finu in the team. Max Plath he's got as well with 75. And Kale Ero with 80. So a couple of guys we traded out anyway, doing the business there. But as you can see, part of the reason why we dropped so far was some massive scores. So the Gundagai Tigers with the 10.59 this week. So I had Drinkwater, Dave Fafita with the 59, Harry Grant 94, Hughes with the 60, had Ero, Cleary's captain Isaiah Yeo, Bo Firma with the 74. So some nice results there. Obviously a few players we don't have, such as Harry Grant, he's in my other teams. Wanted to be a bit different in Dream Team, and it wasn't to be this week. So I guess in terms of the league this week, coming up, if we view the league, we're into the finals. So it was top 6. There was 8 of us, so it's pretty generous to go the 6. But again, it's supposed to be a bit of fun. As you can see, we've sort of got the qualifying finals this week. So Field of Dreams and Wera Hessa Dixie, and then Hell's Grannies against myself. So the winners will play off next week. Meanwhile, in the top section, Guns N' Roses, so Sharp's team, and Shane with the Dragons Lair will play off in the major semi for the spot in the final, and then the minor semi goes to the preliminary final against the loser from the top 2. So I guess these guys get a second chance essentially, whereas for the rest of us it's straight knockout, which is okay. So in terms of moves this week, it may depend on the team list that we look at in a second, but fairly confident we will have to cover Payne Haas. And, got a little bit of money in this format, so I am leaning towards just going straight up to Mitchell Barnett. Obviously Joe Tarpany is another solid option that would, you know, we could save that bit of money still. Um, and I know I sort of talked about those two in the Super Coach video the other day, replacing Haas. And while the Warriors do have the bye, it is in round 27. So, if it's for overall, it might make more sense to go Tarpany. But head to head, I think Barnett is the play because it won't matter about round 27. So I guess because this is more of an overall focus, um, the league's just for a bit of fun. Might go with Tarpany because I am leaning towards Barnett in Supercoach. So just to mix it up a bit too. And then another move, not sure. What we got? Maybe if Curran's out, we could do something there. But also we might be able to, I guess, if Latrell's back, we might even be able to upgrade Jai Gray. But it is 4 o'clock, so we're about to find out all that stuff. And there we go, round 23. No Latrell names, which is all pictured, which is not a great sign. So Laquatu, Cotter, and Cody Walker named to come back in. Or pictured, I should say. So Rabbitohs Storm, so Jai Gray still at fullback. Just check the extended reserve, nothing in there. Dean Hawkins in the reserve, which is interesting. Looks like he might be fit back from his injury. Fletcher Myers, I think they're running pretty low. Did he play last week? I'm not too sure. Must have done. Yeah, I didn't really follow it too closely last week, if I'm being honest. So, maybe a cheapie on the wing there for super coaches. Maybe fantasy. I haven't even looked at him yet. But forward pack looks the same. Well, for the Storm, no significant differences there, I don't think. Oh, Eli Katoa out. Oh, I didn't realise that. What's he out with? Knee injury. Okay. Oh, that affects my teams, so I'll have to look into that a bit more. Titans Sharks. So Titans. I thought they said AJ Brimson might be back. He's in the 18, so that might be one to watch closer to kickoff. Where does he slot in though? That back line's looking pretty good, been pretty good. Even Kinney's been good. Jaden Campbell's been good at 6. Centers are locks. Even someone like JJ Jafita went well last week, so you wouldn't want to push like Sammy out to the wing. So do they go back to having a bench option that can come in and create a bit of havoc? Who knows? And for the Sharks, so it looks like Trindle is out, which is not great for my fantasy team. Blake Brayley slotting in at 7, McInnes to hooker, Jaden Beryl on the bench. So, just basically utilising all of their hooking options to cover for the lack of halves. So again, I think that sort of leans to Dan Atkinson doing a bit of the ball playing, definitely the goal kicking. So if you held on to him as a sort of nuffy option, it might work out all right. Eels and Panthers. Oh, the teams aren't there. I'll just refresh. Oh, a different picture. Oh, that's the women. So for the Eels, nothing stands out. There's been too different. For the Panthers, Dane Laurie comes back in at fullback. I think that might be it. I'll just cheat from down the bottom here. Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, Dylan Edwards at least one more week away. So that's okay. Same 17 for the Eels. Raiders, Seagulls. So Ethan Strange back. Ricky Stewart said he was just being rested, which is fair. If anyone knows about halves and what's best for them, it would be the stick. The forward pack. So Morgan Smithies was a bit injured apparently, but it looks like he's set to go. So nothing too out of the ordinary there. And for the Seagulls, back from the bye, so Ruben Garrick named. Good to see the concussion symptoms haven't lasted too long. Olaquatu back from his little break. And that's probably the big news there. You know, Tommy Turbo still at fullback's nice. Can't foresee that changing. Cowboys, Broncos. Cowboys, pretty same as last week by the looks of it. Oh, except Ruben Cotter back at 13. And then the Broncos, Karapani on the wing for Cobbo. Well, no, I thought that's what it was like. Oh no, Oates was on the wing last week, so Karapani gets a run. Rogers replacing Mam, and Willison elevated to the starting side, replacing Haas. So I guess if you held on to Willison, that could be a nice little end of season pod. Especially they've got the two sort of, well, Moser probably covers the halves and Sailor covers the back line on the bench there, so just the two forwards. So, yeah, some good minutes there for Wilson, no doubt. Dragons, Bulldogs. Excuse me. Dragons, don't see too much different in the back line or the forward line. Same 17, isn't it? Bulldogs, I think, looks the same as well. Yep, name, same 17. Same squad. Yeah, so Josh Curran was one that had a bit of question mark, but he's named to play. So that's great to see. Yeah, not much to say there because it's the same as last week. Dolphins, Warriors. So Dolphins, yep, looking similar to last week. Pangai's back for those that got him. Is CMK back? Is that the young, or yeah, Graham Taufer's out. So is that? Oh, no, shifted to the centres. Oh, Ed Kosey's the one that's come back in. Okay. So I guess there's a few people getting on Sean Johnson this week as part of the retirement tour, given that he's announced that he's hanging them up at the end of the season. So I wish I had enough trades to do something like that, but maybe in Sportsdeck we can get him a run. Might be my second trade this week. The Knights and the West Tigers. I think this is the last game of the round, if my counting's any good. So it looks like the same back line from last week for the Knights. Yeah, wouldn't have thought there was too many changes there unless someone's come back from injury that I'm not aware of. Adam Dewey back for the Tigers is a big in. Olam obviously getting a bit of time off. Caesar back as well is nice for them. And I think that'd be the two changes, yeah. Oh, one change to the squad. Brody Jones in the place of Thomas Cant on the bench. There you go. Cool. So, yeah, I guess in terms of our fantasy super coach relevant stuff, no major returns. We were looking for Edwards, we were looking for Latrell. They weren't there. Probably, the big outs, Payne Haas is a massive out for a lot of people. And I guess, maybe more for myself, but I think there might have been a few people on that sneaky angle of Braden Trindle. He's out. So, in terms of who do you cover with, I guess depends on the format. In fantasy, definitely look at the likes of Jamal Fogarty. Jerome Hughes, who's also a good option in Supercoach, I suppose, at the halfback spot. Or as I said, you can go the sentimental angle and give SJ a final run, but that's again if that's your preferred way of playing. So we'll wrap the video up there. As always, if you've got any questions, comments, thoughts, get them in the comment section below this video. If you love rugby league, give us a thumbs up. I always don't know what to call this sort of video. Just me going through the teams and going, oh, that's interesting. But I guess if you like that style of gibber as well, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe for all the fantasy sports content. Obviously, we're starting to shift focus a bit more towards FPL and NFL fantasy, so get on board with those. But other than that, I'll catch you in the next one.